Hi, you guys. All right, guys, today we got a doozy. All right, there's a lot. We've got a lot to talk about. I've got some new beauty items that I want to show you. We're gonna do an Ask Me Anything that's gonna get pretty juicy. I hope, I don't know. And I'm also in a little bit heading out to a Halloween restaurant. And I'm gonna show you the outfit. I'm gonna kind of like get ready. I've done my makeup and I'm gonna like show you what I use. We're gonna talk about that a little bit because I was playing around with some of my new stuff. But yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. And I think I'm gonna take y'all along tonight because this place looks completely unhinged. Let me put on my, hold on. In here, this stuff is so good. It's talc free. Guys, right now, check your powder products. If they have talc in them, it's usually the #1 ingredient, and that is probably what's causing skin texture and breakouts. And it is in everything. Talc really clogs your pores. Creates little, it's like cement, okay? This is good. And I had it in here because I'm gonna talk about it. Yeah, so favorite for sure. Okay, so what am I wearing? This morning, I ran out and then I came home because I had some stuff to do early today. I put on a comfy outfit and then I was like, I'll come home, get ready for the video, which is what I did a second ago. And then I'm gonna get ready again to go out in a little bit and show you my outfit. But this is so cute. These shorts, okay, these are the perfect cutoff shorts because they're about 1.5 inches or 2 longer than a normal pair of cutoff shorts, but they're not sad jorts. We don't do that, okay? Which I don't know. You guys know, I resist a trend because I think a lot of trends are silly. You know, I think a lot of things are silly and we look back and we're like, oh. So I really do, and I've made all the mistakes. So that's why I'm really kind of like, I really push back. And I know the jorts are like old news, but I'm still seeing people wear them. But I just can't. I know I'm gonna look back one day and be like, that was sad. The dark times, you know, so I don't know. But anyways, this is what you want. Size up in these shorts. Ooh, I do not want them to be like, it's not cute. I want a little bit of a, you know, makes your legs look better. But these are on sale. Okay, these never go on sale. That was the point. But I really do love this. I'll link my necklaces I have been wearing. I only wore 2 of these today, but there's a set of 3. So good. And I layered it with my cross. And then I haven't been into like big hoops. This, if you ever hear this, it's like, it's a little ottoman beanbag type situation. I'm always like, like trying to get it just right. But anyways, I've been wearing these nonstop and I love them. They come in a set of 3. So if you got 3 holes, you'll be in business. So I want to get into this Ask Me Anything. I saw just a few of the questions. I did this on my Instagram a couple weeks ago and forgot about it. Like when I filmed the video that week, I was like, oh, I totally forgot. So I'm doing it now. I got in a few more beauty things that I do want to show y'all. I did a little haul, a haularoo, if you will. I found 2 things. Now this is old news, but I'm telling you right now, this time of year, you want to get this. Okay, this smells like straight up pumpkin pie. It has AHAs, it's a pumpkin enzyme mask. This is old, I mean, not old, this is new, but I'm saying like I've had these before over the years. And something about this just really satisfying. And then y'all know how I feel about The Ordinary, okay? The serum that I love so much, which I will link below, is literally like, you can get it between like 15 to 30 bucks depending on the size. Oh my God, the $30 one lasts you forever, but it has similar ingredients and I think performs better. My skin has not broken out in 7 months. I'm telling you, you guys, it's magic. Peptides, hyaluronic, like makes your skin just look like, and just, you know, plump and pretty and very youthful and beautiful. It's a very simple product and it's the best, okay? So I saw this, the AHA 30% and 2% BHA peeling solution. Y'all know the drunk elephant mask, the baby facial. I have used different ones. That thing is expensive, okay? I want something that's gonna have like once a week, clear out those pores. I'm just gonna say, look, I have hyperpigmentation. I've got, you know, I'm 41. My skin isn't perfect. I've got some old scarring issues, but I'll be damned if I ever go get a facial or anything, they're like, what are you using? Like, because they literally say you have no pores, like there's nothing in your pores. I mean, I do. They extract little things here, like little milia and stuff. You don't get this little white thing. But like here, It's like nothing, okay? You gotta do this once a week, I'm telling you. And this, I'm gonna insert a little clip from today, and I might be like vertical because I did it on my iPhone for the gram. This is very appropriate seasonally. And once the bitches on Instagram catch hold of this, they'd be dripping this all over their face for the gram for the Halloween holidays, okay? This is cool, okay? This is cool. I used it once and I really liked it. When I put it on, I use an AHA, BHA every week, okay? I use some sort of AHA every day, but I use that heavy duty mask every week. Now, if I skip that, or like I remember one time, like years ago, I got this professional facial, and when they put that AHA on for the first time, it gets spicy. Or what it was they did it on my neck. My face was used to it, but my neck wasn't. So it was like, ooh, little tingles, prickly, okay? You know it's working. I have not had that feeling in so long, and I use it on my neck too, that, you know, but I know it's working, right? This must be stronger or something, or I don't know, it's working, but when I use this, I have those little tingles that I hadn't felt in a long time, and I thought, wow. So it's a peeling solution, but you put it on for 10 minutes, and you look like you've had one of those vampire facials, and then you rinse it off. And I'm telling you, I was smooth and glowy. I'm gonna show every single thing that I got, but I'll link to all that below. Y'all know I'm a sucker for mascara. During the hot months when it is sweaty and it is wet and humid, I go for a tubing mascara. But my very favorite's the Colleen Rothschild, like traditional mascara. But I tried this because the Prada Beauty stuff just always interests me. I'm always like, if something doesn't work, I'll just return it. But this is unlike any mascara I've ever tried, and that's saying something in all these years. So it has the little, you know, it's one-sided like lifter wand, but it is not the sad, cheap, rubbery bristles, but it's not the rubbery like comb bristles that can sometimes leave you with a wet, you know, like I want it to look fluffy, and it has like actual, what would you call it, nylon, I don't know, fiber bristles. Really nice. I use that today. Really good for your lower lashes, but they're onto something with this because I've never seen another brand do that before. This is my favorite fall combo. I remember years ago I talked about this, and of course those are long gone. I use my stuff, okay? Or they're cream shadows. You don't need to keep those over a couple years, but let me tell you, this is the perfect fall eye combo. I put the light one all over and then just do. And then I put the dark one on the outer, do. And then I put this under, do. It's so easy. And these are really nice. They have good ingredients, no tug. And I'm gonna say like something about getting older. And even I was saying this 10 years ago, we gotta stop with the tugging, with the bleh. And I'm just gonna say like, there's a certain, I look at myself, and we're kind of our toughest critics. I look sometime and I'm like, am I dated? Like, does my eyeshadow look dated? And whenever I use eyeshadow from a palette, and then I do the outer corner, the same way I've been doing it for 18, 20 years, 25 years, it looks dated sometimes. And then you use the wing liner, and I've been back into a wing, but I'm telling you, it works if you do it in a neutral way. It's very flattering. I'm gonna say this though, this is the type of palette you want, right? And apply the colors like in the way that we do, but like don't take the dark and do like all the big, because it's fine for sometimes, but I do think sometimes it can look dated. But this, if you prefer a powder, I would do the same exact thing as I did with this. And I love having a darker color to kind of use at the lash line, put a little bit of the shimmer in the middle. So I think this is a good one. And this palette just feels very nice, like very quality. I did pick up another one of my eyeliners. These eyeliners, you think they're expensive, and they are, but these will last you for a long time. I cannot, it is shameful how long I've been using this one. Speaking of like throwing things out. This is the new, remember the Black Honey by Clinique? I busted that out the other day and I was like, I'm not loving it. But look at this. This is the Posh Balm. That's what I'm wearing today, and it is perfect. It really lasts because it's kind of a, I don't want to say thick, it's not sticky once it's on your lips. It just lasts. But all I did was I put on the Anywhere Caffeine lip liner, and then I put this on. And I'm going to say for fall, I think, you look at these fall tutorials, it's the same damn thing. It's the same thing we've been doing for 20 years. And I'm like, I don't want a predictable matte burgundy lip sometimes, but I don't know. I think for fall, it's just a little, I just want to warm up the colors a little. And I want it to look like still my same whole, I don't want to say aesthetic, but you know, like, I don't know, like easy, nice makeup. It looks like it is about to come a huge storm. That would be nice. And then I grabbed this blush. I'm obsessed with this. This is probably my favorite find. Powder bronzer. You guys know that's what I use, but I love a liquid or a cream bronzer, but they're just hard to find ones that like aren't going to wreck your skin because they all have coconut oil in them. That's the thing. Sticks, coconut oil, terrible. Okay, it's in all of them, and you have to find ones that don't have that. And then like for powders, everything's got talc in it, and it's hard to find. So anyways, I'm just really obsessed with this line, and the powders read and apply like a cream. I got a new shade of blush. For fall, you don't have to do the typical like, oh, I'm gonna go really dark and purple or whatever. I don't know. No, I just want something like warm. This would work in the summertime too. Really excited because we've got some fun things coming up this week. Brad and I kind of have a little fall fun, you know, little getaway type of thing. And, you know, starting back to school, football, really the weekend of football is just it for me. And Labor Day really is when it's like, okay, now it's fall ish. You know what I mean? I mean, not really, but this is my thing. I struggle with it because I live somewhere where it is actually, we get a beautiful fall. Okay. North Georgia, like beautiful. So when I'm looking out, the grass is still green and the leaves haven't, I mean, it's getting a little blue, but it's certainly not a beautiful fall yet. Do you guys know? And we do jump the gun because people are slinging things to buy. It's just like the fashion industry. That's why you see things, you know, on the runway, what feels like 2 years ahead of a season. Okay. It's just what people are doing. But I do agree. But now I'm kind of, you know, I'm feeling the lift in the air. It's a little clearer, cooler. So I'm getting, you know, I'm getting there. But anyways, now is the time when I've got like my kind of spicy, sort of like appley. Y'all know I heard someone the other day. Okay, I F with a 3-wick. Okay, no shame here. I F with a seasonal soap. I like to live a life. Okay. And it could be a sad, you know what, that's like, I don't want to ever smell pumpkin spice anything in a home when I walk in, a fake candle, unless if you're baking it for me. And I'm like, well, with that attitude, ain't nobody going to be baking anything for you. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's going to be, no. So don't count on that. But I'm all about a candle, okay? I want a candle. I want some fun. I want to live a life. And I am really kind of though with pumpkin candles because like the pumpkin waffles or the pumpkin cupcake, it smells like you've just lit maple syrup. So you got to be kind of careful with pumpkin stuff. You have to get the ones that say pumpkin, like spice. They need like some, I'm just going to read what this one says. Clove, cardamom, cinnamon. You know what I mean? That's what's going to really bring out like a nice pumpkin scent. When you start getting mapley or like gourmand, like foodie mixed with pumpkin, you're going wrong, okay? Every time it's not gonna be good once you light it. It smells good in the container, but when you light it, no. This, you guys, is a find. Look how beautiful it is, first of all. I'm a sucker for a candle that is in a clear brown container. And I love that it's just printed on. Okay, so I'm really excited because we do have a lot of things to do, okay? We gotta get ready. We gotta go to this Halloween restaurant, but I'm gonna get through some of these Ask Me Anything questions because I do think we got some good ones, okay? I'm filming on my phone, so and I screenshotted the questions from my Instagram. So we're gonna go so that I can read from here. Okay. I'm just gonna keep going. Do you plan on ever getting a pet? Waylon passed years ago. It's been like 2-3 years now. 2022. Wow. Of course. But we were just not the type that we're just like, we have to just run out and get a pet to replace him. It's been really hard. It's still really hard. And of course I want to get a pet when the time is right. When we find the perfect pet, like we could go to a breeder. We could go get another golden retriever from where we got him. And something about that, Brad and I have talked about it. Like, I just don't know. Like, I'm kind of waiting for a dog to find me. I miss him. Do you guys remember? Like, I feel like he's here, you know? I feel like I got chills. Like, I feel like his big old, I just want a dog to just squish around. And I'm not a tiny dog kind of gal. I want a big old dog I can, I want it to be just right. And Waylon was just so perfect and it's just hard, but I know it'll happen when the time's right. I just want some like sad animal, like sad. I just want some sad dog that's cute, that doesn't shed, that is big and that is cute to show up on my doorstep with like a little pouch, like a little knapsack over his shoulder and be like, hey, I need a place. That ain't gonna happen. But well, I know. Rescue a dog. I know. Guys, we know. We'll figure it out. Homeschool update. I feel like we talk about it so much on the podcast. We talked about in depth, like why and how and what we do, that sometimes I don't know. I just feel like all of you are on the podcast. So sometimes I'm like, what? It's great. 6th year, something I never thought I would be doing. How was the recovery from breast augmentation? Anything you wish you'd known beforehand? So I'm coming up on my 10th year, right? No, I didn't get it. I got when I was 32, 33. So no, yeah, I'm getting there. They're still great. Still great. Just like the day I got them, but better. Cause mine, I had no breast tissue. When I go get a mammogram, I have to like warn them and they're like there's nothing, there really is nothing there, okay? So it was almost, for me, it was painful because I didn't have like a pocket there. Oh my gosh, there's a spider. Hold. Oh my God, hold everything. Oh my God. He jumped. Holy shit. Okay, Brad just came in the house. I don't think I got him. Guys, oh my God. Oh, why? And this is in my bedroom. I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. Okay. So good. You know what, maybe I always tell myself like, okay, he knows now and he's like out of here because he's terrified. I'm so sorry. No, but anyways, back on track. It was a lot, and my implants are larger than like that. Like, so if someone wanted to be my size and they're like, what size are you? And then I told you, you'd be like a J. Because like, I know people that have like just normal B's, had a little bit of something or C, and then they get an implant and they're like, yeah, I was fine. I was washing dishes because it was like already like mine, it was just the muscle was so stretched but I had the most amazing doctor. Everything was great. If you guys ever want like specific details, you can DM me, but like, I'm not the type I did not get a free breast augmentation, not slinging that. And I'm not the person that's going to tell everyone that what worked for me would work for you. That's not your question. How was the recovery? Anything you wish you know beforehand? I'm going to say, I'll get to that question in a second. Okay, but I'm going to let you finish. But I will link my breast augmentation video below. That is one video that I never rewatch myself. It's just a struggle for me to like edit my videos. I don't get pleasure from like rewatching my stuff. I often get questions about my breast augmentation, and that is, I think, and I always feel good about that video, and so I just want to like send it to them. And I remember a while back I was like, I need to rewatch that. Like, let me revisit. Like, is it still something I'd recommend? Do I still feel good about it because I'm talking medical stuff? And yes, I think I handled it perfectly, if I do say so myself. And everything I'd say I'd stand behind now. But for the recovery, it's just so different for everyone. Like, I had people that said it was the easiest thing. And then I had people that were like, really everyone said it was the easiest thing. And for me, it wasn't terrible. Like, I've had a C-section. Like, I've had tons of biopsies and stuff, which is nothing. I've had some surgeries and stuff for skin stuff, but like, but that was a pretty major thing for me. And I would say, just don't overdo it. And you need help. Okay. You're going to have to just know and take off more time than you expect, because you just really don't know how it's going to affect you. And like, if you have someone in your family that can help you out, if you have kids or something, or even if you don't, and you're just like, you need, and then something else. This was a pro tip. My friend, Lisa Duncan, Lisa D. I remember when I had mine, a big tip that she gave me, and I even included that in the video that I'm talking about. She was like, you're gonna be in your bed a lot and you can't reach back to your nightstand, even if your nightstand. She was like, get one of those like little TV trays and or a table, like not TV tray, but yeah, like something that stands like big, from the ground, and have it kind of like halfway or a quarter down your bed, so that you can just reach, because this is gonna be your like range of motion. Well, you're not gonna be able to reach back. So I don't know. Why didn't you have more children? Okay. I'm gonna say this. I don't have some like dramatic story, but I know everyone's thinking like, you don't ask that, and you don't, and here's why. You have to think 10 steps ahead to be a person who is like interacting with people in society. You cannot ask questions like, are you pregnant? Why? Because she's probably not. Or Are you ever going to have kids? Like you, or why didn't you have more children? And maybe you have the privilege of like, maybe you just don't think like that. But what if I had some really sad story or something that I don't want to talk about, that I don't need to tell you? You just can't ask people that, okay? And it ain't none of your business. Can we please have a house tour? I love your decor and you inspired me. Thank you. I feel like it would be so weird if I was like, guys, come tour my house. I lived here for so long, okay? It's not like a new build that's like everything's just perfect. Like, what am I showing? Like, I don't know. Like, my house is beautiful. I love it. Like, it's great. But I'm very happy here. I feel like I've shown so much over the years that it would be like, I just naturally kind of show it. Do you know what I mean? Do holiday tours. I'll do things here and there. The other day I did go around because I thought the house is looking cute. And I know it's about to get like blown out for Halloween and fall and for the holidays especially. And I'm like, kind of wanted to like take a picture like calm before the storm, okay? So I don't know. I thought about maybe posting that. Any raising kid tips? Currently pregnant with my first. Again, our podcast like deep dives on so much like tips, failures, things like true life stuff. I would just say listen to our podcast. I'm just kidding. Raising kid tips. My biggest advice would be don't take advice from people, or have someone actually tell you like you will be bleeding for weeks and be wearing a diaper while you're also like in the trenches of probably one of the hardest times, sweetest times of your life, which is, taking care of a newborn those first weeks, adjusting. Did you want to hear that? I don't know. But raising kid tip, just listen to your intuition. No books, no hospital tours, no amount of anyone on the internet is going to that's explaining their journey is going to help you with yours. I'm sorry. But what does help is like leaning on other people. So I do get that. Talking about things, know who to lean on. If you've got girlfriends or family members or whoever that have kids, and I had a bunch too. A lot of my friends had kids earlier than I did. I don't know, because I guess they're just not monsters. Like, they didn't want to scare me. But you do need someone to like tell you these things sometimes. Like, sure, if you know your due date's coming, or if you know that you're getting induced, or try to go to the bathroom. Try to go, because that was my biggest anxiety, is I could not go to the bathroom the last couple of days. And when you push it, you do. And I didn't know I was going to have a C-section, so I had a little bit of all worlds. Have fun. That's my advice. Great. It's so wonderful. Don't put pressure on yourself. Is Living Day makeup yet? Did I just answer that? No. I mean, she likes it, but she's just not like, she's not a Sephora kid, if you know what I mean. Thank God. I don't say thank God. Like, I didn't make her one. You know what I mean? My daily routine. Daily routines are a big crock of shit. I think that when people say, I'm going to show you my day, it's not. It's curated, just like everything. Okay, and I think like if you do like a skincare routine or something that's obvious, like that is what it is. But a routine, my day's so different day to day. More questions about homeschooling. I mean, I'm just gonna say, I'm thinking about starting. Look, it's honestly not what you think it is. It's work, it's hard work, but you will get into a routine and it will be beautiful. And as long as you've got like family and friends and you're not so remote and off the grid and people are actually interacting with your child and you're like, taking your kid out into society, like socialization, I look at her and she was speaking better and more socialized than kids her age and people that we knew that were in school. And they pick up on less bad habits, but they also miss out on some things that she's not getting here, but she's also getting things that they're not. So there's never like a better, and I always say that I'm not trying to say like, oh, this is bad. I was, that's what I went to school for. That's what I did. Like, I believe in school, like traditional school, public school, private school, whatever you want to do, any school, whatever you want to do, school your kid from the roof. But I'm just going to say there's always going to be a push and pull. For us, the pros far outweighed the cons. And, she's getting older and she's in 5th grade now. And I'm just always like, if you ever want to go to school, let's do it. And she watches these shows where kids are in high school and stuff. And I'm like, that would be fun. Like, you can go to high school one day. But she's so far ahead. Like, I feel like you have to think this, even if you're homeschooling, like, you don't school 7 hours a day. That's stupid. Like, it's been proven 70% of the school day is waiting, transitions, kids doing other things besides actual work. So when you're schooling your child, whatever is like the law in your state. They're getting like, I feel like she gets more done like in probably half a school week in that one day, because it's like a personalized tutor. Like her first year when we went to first grade, the math was so repetitive and reviewy and she knew it all that then we skipped to second grade. So she's actually like, I feel like she's a grade ahead. But then sometimes you're a little fuzzy, like, because she's not checking into a school or enrolled in a school. It's like, this is 7th grade, this is 6th grade. You know, it's just kind of a mesh of things that suit her. Favorite vacation destinations, I really want to go back to Europe. I want to go, I loved going to France when I did, and I have a whole little itinerary. We were actually thinking of going a few years ago, and then some stuff happened and we were like, I don't know. And I think now Olivia's at a really good age. I could see in a couple years taking a really big like Paris vacation. I know exactly where we'd stay. I know what to do. My very favorite day was when we went to Versailles and we ate at this little restaurant that was like, I couldn't even tell you what it was, but it was cobblestone streets, and very just like idyllic, like a little movie, you know. But that was fun. But okay, but just typical destinations, like we can drive and get to the Gulf, the most beautiful like beaches, and it's like, but then I see people that like go to Jamaica, or they're really paying a lot to fly and go somewhere and just stay in a resort, and I'm like, the beaches are prettier in the Gulf. Some parts of the Gulf, you have to know where to go. And that's just me. Like I don't need a big to-do. Like I just want to go, I want to be at the beach, I want to eat some good food, have a time. And then Brad and I are going to one of our favorite places soon. I really love, we have this place that we go on our anniversary every year. And, you know, I went when I was younger and stuff. It's just a special place, the Grove Park Inn. It's just one of my favorite spots. Okay. Okay, we're getting there, you guys. And now look, I've got, y'all, this is like nothing. We're going to have questions until the end of all time. Just drove through Atlanta last week from Canada. Wow, road trip. Girl, the traffic, how do you do it? Well, when I was younger, so I feel like my hometown is like Mapleton, like that was closer to the city. That's where my grandma lived. And then like when I think of home, like that was kind of, you know, we lived there. And then we moved when I was a little older, like a little north of the city, but still very close, like 30 minutes from the city, you know. And we're still kind of there. But I'm gonna say I've been all over the United States, and I love it here. Like it's just great. Like we are horse country, beautiful mountains, but then we're like at the city. I can get to everywhere. You know what I mean? It's just beautiful. I love Atlanta so much. And everyone always jokes, like, even if you live in like Alpharetta, Marietta, it's all Atlanta. But no, because Georgia's so wild. And I think most states are like that. It's like, it's just very different. So if I say I live in Georgia, it's like, that tells me nothing. So you say Atlanta, and it's kind of like that here. It's different living in this area than it would be anywhere else in the state. Okay, I don't know, but technically not Atlanta, but oddly where we live now is a little further north, but we're closer to like Fulton County than any other city we've ever lived in. I just love it here. It's perfect. It's the perfect spot. But I'm not driving through the city all the time, very rarely. But yeah, it gets pretty bad around where we live too. Our highway is like 400. I like 400. I don't know. Some people really hate 400. I really like it. It sucks too sometimes. But you just have to know. You just have to know when to go. What do you do with your luxury boxes? LV, Chanel, Fendi. So most of my boxes, I always save all my shoe boxes because I never know if I'm going to sell something, or bags. Those are all in the attic. But our attic gets pretty hot, and I noticed a long time ago that like my Chanel boxes, which those are nice and a little beefier, some like the tape was separating, so I keep those. We have like above, like where I keep my beauty stuff, and in Brad's closet there's like an area about that big above the shelves, and so I kind of put those. I put my Hermes boxes there, but everything else goes in the attic. But I do save my boxes, and I'll nest them, you know, like I'll put a box in a box in a box. Is Cartier worth it? I'd say no, not right now. I don't think anything is. And I've talked about that at length. Like, I'm happy that I have the collection that I have, and that I bought the things that I did when I bought them. Cartier, like Brad gave me these on our first, my first Mother's Day. I never take them off. I love them. Wear what you got, you know, love it. I don't think, and then people say, oh, these are out. I think that's a sad way to live. I think if you ever say that, then you got no style. And I do say that about some things, like, oh, you know, I wouldn't wear these jorts, or I wouldn't wear this. I'm talking like if you really love something and you don't wear it, or you always wanted a Cartier love bracelet, but you're like, well, now you can't buy it because they're not in, like, you got to stop. And the people that make those big, broad statements is a little much for me, but worth it in terms of money. I don't know, just be smart. Be smart about it. Is any of it smart? You know, I like these little thin ones. These are less and they're just as pretty, and they're pretty to mix with like the cuff, because what I did is I wanted to get, we went in thinking I'm gonna get like one, just like the big original one. Did I want one that had a stone in it or not? I don't remember. But what we realized was that these two, this one has a diamond in it, were the same price together as one of the, so this is like a locked one. I do like these thin ones. And then I love my cuff. It never comes off. So tips for raising a healthy daughter-mother relationship. I mean, I could write a book. I don't know. I think you have to just listen and be empathetic and care, and know that, you know, just be prepared to talk about a lot of feelings. And you can't like take that personally when they're having a bad day. You know, you got to be there for them. Favorite bronzer. I don't have the bronzer, but it's this RMS. This is the blush, but the Beach Walk Betty. Ooh, your go-to Dunkin' order, drink and food. Okay, buckle up. Now I'm this type where, oh, when I go in and I see like that they got the sugar plum, you know, drink, I'm like, give me one of those. Like I'm kind of a, which I love that so much. Shaking it, the what was it? It's like a shaken espresso, sugar plum. Oh, I forgot. But anyways, I get mine confused with Starbucks, which is a brown sugar shaken espresso. Basically the same thing. It's what I do at Dunkin'. They have a shaken espresso, something like that. And then I always get like either, if it's like breakfast, which rarely, I'm not going there, like just if I'm out for breakfast, I'm going to McDonald's, like I'm sorry. But I'm gonna get like the little pack of snack and bacon every time. Any plans to move? No, we talk about that all the time, but we're so happy here. Of course, the housing market's nuts. We're in such a good place where, in a great area, but we bought this house for like, I don't wanna say nothing, but and it's worth a lot now. But then I'm like, well, then where would we go? I love this house. I'm very big on like not living, living within your means, getting your stuff paid for and enjoying, and not always chasing the next thing that you're gonna be real happy to post about on Instagram and then ain't nobody gonna care. You're gonna have to pay for it. Like I don't live like that, you know? I love it here. I love our neighborhood. It's the newest house, no. Is it like the most aesthetic on the outside? No, but like it's like a 90s cool. I love our house, and I'm always gonna like do things to fix it up, and I just really love it. Favorite, and I mean most favorite lip combo these days. I love the Anywhere Caffeine lip pencil, like I said. I'll do Mac Whirl, Dervish. I don't know, I just kind of like mix those up. Just a lip pencil kind of like that, but the Anywhere Caffeine is really good. And then I just always go back to, I was gonna say the Chanel Mary Rose, but they don't make that anymore. The Darling Pink, very good. And then I'm really liking this. I'm really liking this, this combo. So it's not so like chalky and a color and it just looks good. One perfume for life and one candle for life. I love that. What's my perfume? La Tulipe, Byredo La Tulipe. I was thinking of like the Baccarat. I was thinking of all, it would be Byredo La Tulipe, hands down. And then the candle, I'm not gonna say this like pumpkin, this is too new. I really love just a diptyque. It'd probably be like a diptyque. I love the Bay, which is just so basic, but I love that. I love their basic vanilla. Love their basic vanilla. And there's one called Nargile, which I think is better than both of those. I'll link that one. That'd be the one. Again, any plans to move? If we moved, it would be so wild and different. Like, I'm not gonna move to a house that's just a little better than this one, or a little nicer. That one time, oh my gosh, we almost built that house. I'm so glad we didn't. And then we ended up just like staying here and like, let's just build a pool, get the house paid off and just enjoy ourselves. And we, you know, and so I don't know. If we did, it would be like a vacation spot or something, which we have dabbled in that over the years. And long distance rentals are just difficult, you know, if you are gonna rent it out. But I don't know. It would just be something so wildly different. We're not just like moving down the street, you know. I don't know. I'm a person that like I get comfortable, and you know, I really love where we live. I'm not always chasing something different. And I think for me too, I'm very much like not scared, but I'm very aware of like money and the future, and you know, I don't want to do anything stupid. Hey guys, this is like the longest video ever, so I'm gonna get dressed and we're gonna go to the Halloween restaurant. Okay, so here's the outfit that I'm gonna wear. I put on this little like button down black lace top. It actually came with a little cami underneath it, and it's cut really cute. But I think I'm gonna kind of do a little push up of the sleeves. I'm gonna swap my bags. I'm gonna carry this little guy just because I don't want to look too like you know, because the shirt is kind of, but you want to balance it with like, you know, like some relaxed distressed denim. I really love these. And then I put on my little heel flip-flops. All right, guys, let's head out. Okay, this is so cute.
He went inside the tables. Oh my god, I look like a...
You look like a what?
I look like
A beef. She looks good in the hat because, thank you.
She does look cute in the hat.
These people have normal sized heads. We don't.
Oh my god. Look at him. Where do you get these?
I don't know. All right, we gotta get the hell out of here. Ashley, this was a great dinner. We'll come back at Christmas time.
With him.